welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss two common issues we see regularly on the golf course and on the lesson tee, and it's related to forearm alignment and how that's going to affect the position of your hands on the club, so it's going to affect grip. So one of the biggest kind of issues we see regularly on the lesson tee is when a lot of golfers will set up to the golf ball, and what tends to happen from there, my hands are facing each other, my forearms are almost pointed in a straight position towards the sky, my elbows are tucked kind of towards both hip bones. But what we see regularly is a lot of people will have their forearms pointing a little bit too much towards the ground. We call that kind of internal rotation, where both arms are pointing a little bit too much down towards the ground. Both elbows are pointing outside both hip joints. That creates a misalignment in the shoulders and forearms. So this is a great analogy if you struggle to grip the club. Visualise it's raining, you're trying to catch raindrops in your hands. What we're going to do from there is we're just going to feel like we put both elbows into both hip joints. So left elbow to left hip, elbow to right hip, and what I'm going to do from there is I'm just going to point both hands towards each other. So both forearms should point directly towards the sky. What we're going to do from there is, so palms to the sky, rotate my forearms so both hands are facing each other in a square position. Palms to the sky, turn your palms so they face each other. Both forearms are pointing a little bit in a square position. You work the club back, we're just trying to make a bicep curl with both arms. So we're just trying to feel like both arms fold in that position. You're going to allow your right arm to start to fold in the correct manner. We see a lot of golfers who try and keep that right arm a little bit too straight in the backswing. So this is a great feeling if you struggle with your right arm getting a little bit too behind your body in the backswing. Our bicep curl with your right arm. So bicep curl with your right arm. Just let that right elbow sit a little bit more in front of the rib cage. Biggest thing we see regularly on the lesson tee is that right elbow behind the right side of your rib cage. So just keep it in front of your rib cage. Right elbow in front of the rib cage. Don't let it get past the right side of the rib cage. So keep the right elbow on the lower section of your rib cage. So let that right arm fold. Get to the top of the backswing. Keep that right arm in front. Keep that right arm in front. That's going to help us create a bit of width on the way down. Simple feelings if you struggle with the backswing. What when you do, put your arms in front of you, palms towards the sky. What I'm going to feel like we're doing both elbows into both hips. We're going to get our hands, so we're going from catching raindrops because it's been raining. Then what we're going to do is going to let the water slide down our hands, so both hands face each other, both palms. Elbows are towards hips, forearms in a square position, and both the front of my elbows are pointing up towards the sky. That's going to get everything aligned properly. And the only feeling in the backswing is I'm just going to try and make a bicep curl with my right arm. That's going to allow the right arm to fold in the correct manner as opposed to getting a little bit too far behind the body. So let that right arm fold in the correct manner. Get to the top of the backswing. Keep that right elbow almost in line with the lower half of your rib cage as opposed to getting too much behind the body where we get jammed, where we get stuck. Club back, create a bicep curl with your right arm, and then get right elbow to move in front of right hip, obviously with a rotation of the body. Let the right elbow move in front of the right hip with some rotation of your body.